Well, hello, shell buddies, and welcome back to the Echoue Bijoux channel. I'm your host, Michelle, but I go by Mitch because Mitch shells. Anyway, today's announcement is just going to be a little quick one. There's still a video coming out tonight. It's going to drop this evening sometime. I already have it scheduled. But I'm posting this video specifically about the Come Shell With Me event on August the 1st. That's next Tuesday. We have a full moon coming called the Sturgeon Moon, and we're going to have a low tide hitting at sunset. So, yeah, full moon, sunset, low tide. Gonna be a good time to go shell all that day. So from 4 to 6 o'clock, we will be at Fort Desoto at the North Beach area. If you're coming from the south, you're gonna go over the Skyway Bridge and make the exit at the Pinellas Bayway. Then go up Pinellas Bayway a little bit and turn left to get to Fort Desoto. And as you can see, there's a number of beaches here, or a number of parking lots. We're going to the far north parking lot, guys. Top. Take a look for me. And also, I should have my banner sign tied up there somewhere. It won't be on the beach. It'll be in the parking lot. And just park in the north end. And once we round a few people up, we're going to go hit the beach, see if we can go find some of these, some sand dollars. And then I'll give you guys a little quick demonstration on drilling and cutting and all of that good stuff with the tools, too. And we're going to head over to pass-a-grille. Pass-a-grille is you leave Fort Desoto, you make a left, and you go until you can't go anymore. You're going to end up at the Don Caesar Hotel. It's a big pink and white hotel, huge landmark in the area. You can't miss it. When you get there, turn left, and you will actually be on your way down to the point. Now, in pass-a-grille, the beach stretches along like this one long strip, and then there's a jetty at the end of it. And all along that strip area, there's parking literally right there on the other side of the dunes. I mean, the beach is like right there. We're going to be heading toward the jetty area because down at the bottom of that long section, there's this little point that sticks out in the water, and the bay's back here, the ocean's on the other side. And there's actually a place where it kind of all piles up down there where the rocks are by the jetty. And that whole end of that little point is good for shelling. So that's where we're going to be heading to for part 2 that evening. And we'll be able to stay there as long as we want. The reason we're starting at DeSoto is because they close the gates at like 8 o'clock or something like that. So we kind of have to get in and get out and get over to pass-a-grille and really enjoy the low tide where all the good stuff is going to be hiding at. I'm so excited and I can't wait to see all of you there. It's going to be a really good time. Now, I mentioned in my community page on my channel that there was going to be a code in this video, okay? There is going to be a code in this video. I'm going to hopefully put it in text right here in big letters and numbers. And what I want you to do is I want you to take a picture of that with your cell phone, okay? Pause the video, snap it with your cell phone, play it on your phone, grab a screen grab, whatever you have to do. And the first 10 people that show up at Fort Desoto and show me that on their phone are going to get a really cool surprise. Now, who knows what the surprises are going to be, but some of them are pretty good. I'll just show you what it is I'm wearing right now. This is a shirt that I literally just made a couple of days ago. It says, "Today's shelling fueled by sunshine and caffeine." So I'll have maybe a few of those and maybe a couple other little beach-related items. But anyway, first 10 people that show me that code on their phone are going to get something really, really cool. All right? Okay, so let's talk about parking a little bit. Parking at Fort Desoto, huge parking lots, lots of handicap accessibility. There's bathrooms there and outdoor showers. And if you haven't ever been to Fort Desoto, it's actually a really nice little county park. It's really great. It's part of Pinellas County. And if you have a disabled handicap tag on your vehicle, you don't have to pay to go into the park. Normally it's like $8 or $5 or something like that. It's not a lot. But if you have a disabled tag, they don't charge you. Pinellas County does not charge you to go use that park. And it's a really nice little park. It's beautiful. You have to go see it. There's the historic fort there and the gun batteries, and there's a little shop down there. There's a dog beach further around there. I mean, it's a nice park. It's really great. It's just over the Skyway Bridge. It's the first exit, actually. When you're going over the Skyway Bridge, heading towards St. Petersburg, there's going to be an exit on the left, and that'll take you to what's called the Pinellas Bayway. That will get you to both Fort Desoto and to pass-a-grille. You go up the Bayway for a little while. You go through the toll booth, go down for a couple of miles. The turn to Fort Desoto is going to be a left, okay? So you turn left and you go down, and the road's weird. Like, it'll be 2 lanes, then it'll be 1 lane, then it'll be 2 lanes, then it'll be 1 lane. Like, that'll happen a few times. And you're going to go over a little bridge, and you're going to see where the boat launch is on the right-hand side. Keep going. You're going to the guard shack, and you're going into the park, okay? So don't stop at the boat launch, because we can't shell there, and we won't be there. We're going to be further up into the park. So go through the guard shack, and then you're going to basically keep going straight until you can't do anything but turn left or right. Make a right, and that'll take you up to where the beaches are. You pass where the historic fort and all that other stuff are, and you go up until you really can't go anymore, and it's the north parking lot. That's where we're going to be at. So I picked Fort Desoto North because there's always some shells kicking around there of one size or another, but it's also pretty good for sand dollars. So hopefully we'll be able to grab some sand dollars while we're out there on Tuesday. That would be awesome. I love sand dollars. They're so fun to find, so fun to make things out of. They're just amazing. So cool. Okay, so we'll go poke around in the water for a little bit. We'll see if we can find some sand dollars. And then, guys, this is a, do as you want, your own pace sort of a thing. But I'm going to spend a little time on the beach and in the water, picking up stuff and looking for sand dollars too. Then we're going to go back to where the van is, and I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how to cut and drill and clean things, showing you my Dremels and my tools and the bits and all that good stuff. Then we're going to pack up and get ourselves over to pass-a-grille for 6:30. It probably takes about 20-ish, 25-ish minutes to get from Fort Desoto to pass-a-grille, just because you have to leave Fort Desoto, go north, then go west, and then go south again. So you're making like a big upside down U shape sort of from one place to the next. But believe me, it's worth it. Pass-a-grille is an incredible spot to go shelling. I call that place Sanibel North. I mean, I've had just unbelievable luck every time I've been there. Every time I haven't and other people have been there, always posting great pictures, lots of shells and all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, it's a good spot to go. Now, any place from the Don Cesar down to the Jetty, you are going to find shells on the beach. No question. None. But where we're going to be heading that day is down at the bottom by the Jetty. Now, when you go to pass-a-grille, as I mentioned, all of the parking is on the other side of the dunes, and they have this app, these little kiosk things, and I think you pay with your phone or a card or something like that. The handicap spots don't have numbers and don't get charged. So if you have a handicap tag, again, you'll get a little break on the parking there as well. And we can shell the area from like where the hurricane is all the way down and around the point, but we're going to focus on the end of the point on both sides. There's a spot where when you're driving down to pass-a-grille, the road's going to just stop and you can only turn right. And it's like the Island Resort or something like that. It's just this little bed and breakfasty place that's on the end. The bottom of that point, on your left side, is going to be the dog beach, and you turn right, and where you are then, it brings you within just a few hundred feet to the other side where the Gulf side is. So the peninsula itself is pretty narrow. It's not really huge. And you can go around from the Jetty to the dog park and make kind of like a loop. You can get in at the Jetty or get in at the dog park and make your way around. And then that little connector road will get you from one side to the other. And like I said, it's just a couple hundred feet. So all you have to pay for is getting into the park and your parking. Come on and meet some other shellers. That's the whole point of this, is so that other shellers come. And just so that you know, I let the St. Pete Shell Club know through Facebook Messenger. I sent them some details about it, so maybe hopefully they pass it on to some members. I'm a member personally of the Shell Club in Sarasota and the Artisans group, which is a subgroup in the club. So the girls from Artisans all know about it, and I announced it to the Shell Club there. And a number of people have been mentioning in the comments, oh yeah, we love pass-a-grille. Oh, we're totally we're totally looking forward to this. So hopefully you'll get to meet some other people that you may have walked past on the beach 100 times and didn't even know they were there. It's the same reason you were. So that's always kind of the fun thing, is when you meet other people and they're just as into shells as you are, and it's so fun to show each other what you found and talk about where to find stuff and beach conditions and what's changed and all. It's just like a whole little community, and that's what I'm trying to build here, is that I want to build a place where you can come together and make these kinds of connections and then learn what to do with your cool shells after you're done finding them. It's so fun. Okay, first 10 people that show me that, we're gonna get something really cool, and I'm gonna have other goodies and little fun things too as well, so things that I've been working on. So hopefully this week's video, you're also going to get to see the wrap up from the bust at Sunset and the haul at Honeymoon Island, some of the cool things that got made out of that stuff there. And then this little video here as well next week, if I can get it edited fast enough, because this week I'm slammed on getting anything ready because I'm making goodies to bring to Tuesday. So this coming week's video, I'm hoping I can get some footage edited from our little trip out there, and everybody can smile and say hi and wave and get to see yourself in the video, hopefully. It's going to take a few days, because that takes me a few days to do that kind of stuff. Editing isn't instantaneous. It takes me, sometimes it takes me a couple weeks to put these together, because not only did I have to clean and process and then make stuff or let things dry or that kind of stuff. So, but with any luck, next week we'll have a video about our little shell adventure and what it looked like out there and the kinds of stuff folks found. A couple of lucky folks are actually going to go home wearing something that they found at the beach, just like I'm wearing this really, really cute little moon snail that was found in Sanibel on our trip. I'm just going to give you some basic smarts. Number one, don't swim on the bottom of the pass. The currents are ridiculous, the water drops off fast, and people have been known to get sucked out in ribs there, okay? So if you're going to shell the bottom of pass-a-grille, just keep it to the knees and above, because that current will drag you. Those waves get pretty big in there, especially when the boats are hauling around through there. Same over by the jetty. That's going to be very shallow over near the jetty. At low tide, you'll be able to get almost to the end of where the jetty is. And there's all kinds of stuff out there. Usually there's live critters, and there's empty shells, and there's stuff in the sand, and there's stuff in the rocks. There's always something to find there. You get past that jetty, you start getting into currents pretty good too. And there have been other rip currents on the north side of the jetty along that southern part of the frontage where the beach is. So I'm going to caution you, if you want to snorkel, awesome, go for it. But I wouldn't get out in a bunch of water over my head over there, because the currents have been known to be a little tricky. And since we're going to be at low tide is one of the times where the current is the strongest, pulling you out. So you don't want to get pulled out as the sun's going down, right? So I would suggest, if you're going to snorkel or swim or anything like that, stay a little close to shore, don't get in water over your head, and don't swim south of the jetty. Just don't do it. It's too much of a risk to try it. Alright guys, hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday. Now, in the event that we have a rain out, and I don't really expect that we're going to, but hey, it's Florida, it's summer, dude, it's always possible, alright? If we get rained out, we have a second full moon in the month of August. It'll be called the blue moon, because 2 in 1 month, that's once in a blue moon. So who knows what kind of cool shells you'd find in a blue moon. Maybe something really awesome. Let's go, Genonia. So, if we get rained out and stormed out, our backup date is the second full moon in August. That's our secondary backup date if it's really nasty. Now, in Florida, in the afternoon, in the summertime, It is very common to hear thunder. It is very common to have a quick passing shower. It's also common to get a pretty good amount of rain between 5 and 6 o'clock, depending where you're at. So we'll keep a good eye on the weather and whatnot. If anything drastic looks like it's coming, or it's going to be a complete washout or something that day, then of course, yes, we'll reschedule it and we'll do this again, because guess what? Pass-a-grille is always awesome. There's always cool stuff there, so we won't have to worry about that. It'll be kind of sad if we miss out on Desoto a little bit, but the other thing about Desoto is island, so you have to take a little causeway and over a bridge to get out there. So, one way in, one way out, and if the weather gets really hairy, I mean, there's nice pavilions, there's, really strong, big, sturdy pavilions there, but nobody wants to stand around for an hour waiting to go shell while they wait for the rain to let up. That's not, I don't want to do that. Do you want to do that? I don't want to do that. Plus, I want to be running power tools, and I need to be dry to do that, too. So, yeah, So, knock on wood, we're going to have an awesome day Tuesday. The weather is going to cooperate fully. I can feel it. And we're going to have a fantastic time. One more time, here's the code for you to snap a picture of. Now's a good time while I'm smiling and I don't look like a dork in between words. I look forward to seeing everybody out there. Can't wait to meet all of you and see your faces and get some names and faces together. And I really can't wait to see what we find. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.